Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I am Jason. As always, my co-host, Mr. Zack Partridge. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, man. I got a big smile on my face because we got local fights rolling again, and I love doing these fighter spotlight podcasts. So,
yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah.
And we haven't done a lot for Mountain Force fighter spotlight, but we got a good one. We got a good one for this card. That's for sure.
Yeah, super excited. We're going to welcome Tyson Nugget Craig to the podcast. And for those of you that are listening, Tyson is scheduled to fight Rose NamaJunas' brother, Nojus. I don't know if I said that right.
Yeah,
Nojus Namajunas on March 27th up in Logan for Mountain Force. Tyson, welcome to the podcast. Man? Welcome.
Hey, man, I'm glad to be here.
So, how did this come about, man? How did you get lined up with Rose's brother? Because you guys are both making your pro debuts on this card, right?
Right, yeah. You know, the opportunity came from my last fight when I was supposed to fight Matthew Cottle. Matthew ended up pulling out of the fight for some unseen circumstances. And, I mean, I've been training for 8 weeks prior to that, you know, and I've been just really wanting to fight. And then Juan gave me the opportunity. He's like, hey, you know, do you want to fight a UFC fighter's little brother? I'm like, come on, man. What kind of question is that? Of course I do, you know? And I'm like, yeah, dude.
It's an interesting dynamic for me because so he's only had, you know, you had a really good amateur career, hold multiple amateur titles. You know, I look at somebody like you that had what eight amateur fights. It's like that's a good, you know, you had a pretty big break between 2012 and 2018, but you know, good experience base. And then I look at him, he's got 2 amateur fights, and it's like, is it because he's super legit, or is it because his sister's in the UFC and one of the baddest chicks on the planet? You know what I mean?
Right. You know, I think from what I see, you know, he's got heart for sure. You know, I don't think he's going to come in there and not know a little bit of what he's doing. You know, I mean, his sister definitely is a big influence in his life. So I'm pretty sure that the training that he's getting is definitely top notch. So I can't really underestimate him by any means.
Do you think that that's like, I don't know for him, because it's like he's got to know he has a target on his back.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, 0-0 versus 0-0. Like you guys are both making your debut fight, but it's like he's got to know. Do you know anything about him? Game plan, style, strategy, anything like that?
No, I don't know too much. The only things that I know about him is just from the videos that I've watched. I know that there's a couple things that I've spotted out between him that he likes to do. I mean, he's got a crazy right hand. I noticed that he likes to throw this right hand constantly. I feel like personally, if I'm not in close with him, he's going to try to kick me. He's going to try to keep me back. And I think with me being a pressure fighter, I think the advantage is on my end because I'll be able to stay in close. You know, I'll be able to dodge the shots, get around. And if I have to, I can take him to the ground too.
Nice.
You know, I feel like my shortness has an advantage versus how tall he is too. So
everybody talks about length and reach, but it's like it could be to your disadvantage if somebody can get on the inside for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
What do you feel like? Where do you feel like? I don't know the right way to ask it. When did you realize it was time for me to go pro?
You know, I would have to say after I won that Tough Enough lightweight title in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only win so many titles as an amateur before, like, dude, I gotta step it up, you know?
Yeah.
You know, like once I really feel like, you know, I should have went pro after my Mountain Force title that I won, but I got offered the opportunity to fight in Las Vegas and I didn't want to pass that one up. So.
Yeah. You fought twice for Tough Enough, right? You fought, looks like you won the 155 pound title.
Mm-hmm.
And then was that other fight with Aragon? Was that a title fight too?
Yeah, that was.
That was the featherweight championship. Yeah.
Yeah, that was at Packed Max too, and that was a disappointing loss too. By the way, I mean, I felt like I was on top of that whole fight. I just went in with my hands down and got caught.
Yeah.
You know.
What has your training camp been like for NamaJunas?
Oh, dude, honestly, this has been probably the roughest fight camp I've ever been on. You know, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that, you know, I am fighting a UFC fighter's little brother. So I feel like his training is going to be, very, very, it's going to be on point. So I've definitely stepped up my game. I've been doing a lot of cross training over at the Human Performance Laboratories. and also doing my own training over at the gym. You know, I've been doing, I've hired like a nutritionist. He's lives out of state, but he's sent me like this nutrition plan that I should be on, like all my macros and all that stuff. So I've been really sticking.
I know a guy if you need help for that next time.
Yeah, definitely do. But I've been really trying to do everything in a professional level this time, and things a lot differently. I've been taking my strength and conditioning to a whole new level. I mean, by the end of the day, I can't wait to get to bed. I'll tell you that much. You know?
Yeah.
Well, and this is your 5th time's a charm. I see on here you have 4 canceled pro debut fights.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
unfortunately,
was there just other guys pulling out?
Yeah, yep. That's exactly what it was too. And then like we'd have a spot where like, oh, let's match you up with this guy. But for me, like, I'm not gonna jump on with a 1 week notice on a different guy. Like, I like to prepare myself for who I'm fighting with. And I know that might sound a little like wary, but to me, I want to be prepared for who I'm fighting.
Yeah, they wanted you to take your fight. They wanted you to fight Mitch Ramirez on short notice a couple months ago, right?
Yeah, that was when Matthew Cotto backed out on me, and
yeah,
they wanted me to fight Mitch. I'm like, I would.
I'm like,
give me time.
I'm like 3 days notice.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, got to give you more. Got to give you a little more notice than that,
right?
Well, when you're an amateur, maybe it's worth it, right? Experience, case and whatever. When you're pro, like, records matter now. Like, you know, it matters a little bit more. And yeah, you want to be that guy, fight anybody, anytime, anywhere. But at the same time, like, somebody like Mitch Ramirez, like, not that you're not ready or wouldn't be down to fight him, but it's like you gotta be a little smarter than that too.
Absolutely, man.
Well, and if I remember right, you were training to fight at 145, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, on a week's notice, go from 145 to 155. Everything's just different, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
You guys are fighting at 145 next weekend, right?
Yep.
Good. Awesome. How's the weight cut been going? You cutting much weight, or are you pretty much just going to smooth in now that you got the nutritionist helping you out?
Yeah, I've been able to smooth in pretty easily. This one I'm starting like to cut back on a lot of stuff now to where I can start losing a little bit more weight. I'm sitting about 8 pounds away from my target weight right now. So
yeah, you're ready to go then.
Yeah,
I'm pretty good.
There. Yeah,
it's pretty good. That's always that's my magic number. I'm like, if I could be below 8 pounds the day of weigh-ins, I'm like, I know I can cut 8 pounds, no problem.
Easy,
so
easy.
You're in good shape.
For sure.
Good shape. So what's it like? What's it like? What do you expect the crowd and atmosphere to be like? Have they told you about like COVID restrictions or anything? Is it going to be limited or?
You know, I went to a Mount Forest event a couple months ago when our teammate Christian Cortez fought, and they've got it set up a little bit differently. Obviously, they're trying to maintain that social distancing and stuff in the crowds. But it's not that much different. I mean, there's still quite a few people that are going to be there. I know that there's Aspen Ladd's brother supposed to be fighting there too. So I'm pretty sure if he ends up getting a fight, she's going to be there. So hopefully the crowd's just going to be ecstatic because you're going to have 2 UFC fighters potentially being there.
Is Rose going to be there?
I would imagine. I mean, I don't see why she wouldn't be. I've heard she was.
That's pretty cool. Okay, then you need to talk to Juan. Okay, here's the problem, Tyson. I love Logan. I went to Utah State. I love visiting Logan. I love it. But when you stack up a card against one of the biggest pay-per-view fights of the year in the UFC, you're really tearing the fight fans apart here, man.
Yeah, right.
It makes it tough for like the people like this junkie and an MMA addict like me that just like tries to watch every single fight. But no, it'll be a good night. But I gave the Kevin and Pat a bunch of grief once. Their big comeback fight in January is the same night as the Conor Poirier fight. I'm like, bro,
come on, man,
come on. And now they're scheduling you against Francis and Stipe too. It's like, come on, bro.
Gosh.
Hey Tyson, you actually have a team. Your teammate's actually fighting Aspen's little brher, right? Sean Vedro. Did I say it right?
Yeah, Vedro. He was going to, but he had some medical issues that I can't. I don't know the full thing onto it, but I don't think he was passed on his physical or something. He had something.
Damn.
Yeah, so I think he had to pull out of it for that reason.
That's too bad. He looks like a scary dude. I'm looking at his Tapology. He's 2-0.
Oh yeah, he hits hard, man. That's a tank for
He's
sure.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he looks jacked. I don't know anything about Aspen. I think Aspen Ladd's brother's actually a pretty big kid too, but this for his first fight going in there, that's crazy.
Yeah, he's a beast for sure. You know, he's me and him on our lunch break. So he's worked for me for a while, and we would go in on our lunch break to the gym and get some training and stuff. And yeah, he's tell you what, that dude can hit. He actually, I was holding pads for him one day, and he missed the pads and kicked me in the ribs, dude. Holy crap, dude. Oh, dude, I act so tough about that one, dude, but it hurt.
So do you have any teammates on the card?
Not anymore, we don't.
Nice. Another question for you. I'm just going to keep rattling these off. Is there going to be a stream? Is Juan going to have a pay-per-view or a streaming link for the people that can't make it to be able to watch it?
Yeah, he usually does.
Okay.
I know in the past he's done things on that Fight app or whatever it's called, where he'll do like something where you have to pay for it, and then he also does like a Facebook live stream.
Nice. Heck yeah, man. Dude, I'm excited for you, man. Main event.
Dude, yeah, super excited. It's my second time as a main event, and you know, for my pro debut as a main event, man, I couldn't ask for anything better.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. I think we owe you a congratulations too, because if I'm not mistaken, you're going to be a new father, right?
Yeah, actually in a couple more months.
Congratulations to you and Brittany.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, super excited. She's ornery. She's a grumpy, but she's ready to put that kid out. I'll tell you what, dude.
Hey, you know what? Her putting up with your weight cuts. Now it's time for you to put up with the pregnancy, bro.
Yep.
Oh man, yeah, totally agree. I probably deserve most of it. So.
So Tyson, do you have any sponsors you want to give a shout out to before we let you get out of here?
You know, yeah, definitely. Dynamic Painting for sure. Jesse Mendoza, he's a huge sponsor. He's a huge supporter, and he's been that way. He's been with me since day one. You know, obviously Team Lionheart. You know, it's our team, Weston and Luis. We got like this big shout out over here to these guys.
Yeah,
right there
representing.
You know, we got T&R Roofing. I want to say TJ Roofing. Travis Jacobs. He's a good dude. Yeah, man. I mean, haven't really had too many sponsors. I haven't had the time to look for sponsors this time. I mean, like I said, I've been trying to do things differently, so I haven't had the time to jump out there and really get the sponsorship going. But you know, the ones that stuck around the longest, you know, those ones have really helped me out quite a bit.
Yeah.
So,
well, I guess before we let you go, any predictions on how the fight ends?
You know, the way I've looked at it is, I hope he's in better shape than me, because I feel like that's the only way he's gonna win. You know, I don't like to sit there and say like, oh, I'm gonna whoop his ass or I'm gonna beat him down by any means, because I can tell you right now, I know this guy's gonna come at me hard.
Yeah.
I know he's gonna come at me super strong, and I hope he does, because I've been waiting for the day for that fight to come. So, I wish him the best of luck, and I also want, you know, either way, I mean, I feel like if it ends on the ground, it ends on the ground. If it ends on the feet, it ends on the feet. I'm good in all areas, so I just yeah, as long as he's in better shape than me.
Well, roger that. We look forward to watching you fight in a week and a half.
Sure. Right on.
Stay healthy, COVID free.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
Absolutely.
Right on, Tyson. We'll let you get out of here, brother. Thanks again for joining us. We out.
Right on, man.